We'll check out the web browser here. The DARE may not be provisioned anymore. We'll have to see if it lets me connect or not. But it's mostly, oh, it is. Oh no, I have to subscribe. I have to subscribe. Surf the mobile web. Let's see. But so while the DARE is doing this thing, we'll look at the Versa browser. I'm not going to go into depth here because you can see this on the review video. But it's a nice browser. It has multiple tabs that you can use. You can do tab browsing. But the touchscreen, just not the most responsive. I'll zoom in using the rocker switch there a little bit. And I just definitely had some problems with the touchscreen. Load up Phone Doc. It does a really nice job rendering the page. It's pretty quick. The EVDO, I like saying EVDO. You can go tab browsing, so I can be loading Phone Doc there. And then I can go and load up Twitter in another tab. And so now I can have multiple tabs, and they render out well. The Phone Doc page actually looks pretty good, which on a lot of non-smartphone browsers it really doesn't. It can just be a little bit tricky sometimes clicking on little links. I think it's a combination of just kind of a finicky touchscreen and then also, just the smaller size. But once, look at, the scrolling and panning is smooth. The phone looks good. Now there I accidentally clicked on a link, which I didn't mean to, which is the kind of thing that definitely has been happening in my testing when I was testing the phone out and reviewing it. Definitely getting that kind of behavior, either accidentally clicking something or trying to click something and not being able to, a fair amount. Gotta wait for it to load until it'll let me zoom. I'll zoom way out here. And you can see the page, definitely looks pretty good. In the meantime, I will go onto the DARE browser and see if I can get Phone Dog up there. Now, it's not like the DARE was perfect by any means, but just the added little bit of screen space I definitely think helps. Now, this is where advantage to Versa though, because you can use that snap-on QWERTY board, which definitely makes typing a little bit easier. When I tested the DARE out last year when it first came out, I remember having to spend some time getting used to the keyboard and just kind of used to the way that it wanted me to do things and where it wanted me to click and that kind of thing. So it looks like I don't have web access here. Try Facebook or tennis. Yeah, so I don't have web access right now on this phone. But you can just kind of see the screen size again on the DARE, a little bit preferable for web browsing. But the web browsing works really well, on the Versa. So again, I almost want to take the Versa's software improvements and just, port them over to the DARE, because I kind of like DARE's hardware a little bit better. Supposedly some more modules coming out for the Versa, a gaming module and perhaps also a speaker module. Also heard some talk about a Wi-Fi module. I don't know if that's in the cards or not. The module idea, definitely very cool. The one thing I don't really like is that you have to take the back cover totally off to snap the module on, which I think could result in losing the back cover, or in people just not snapping it back and forth as much and instead just using the phone either without the QWERTY board or leaving it docked into the QWERTY board all the time. LG's official response is that they need to keep these metal contact points have to be covered. They want to keep them covered when you don't have the phone docked in, and then you have to expose them to dock. But I really think they could have found a way to do that with the back cover still in place. Just sort of a cap system that only covers the contact points instead of opening up the entire back plate and causing you to remove it. That being said, the keyboard actually works quite well. It's chiclet style. It's a very short action, but actually I found it really comfortable to click on. And when you dock the keyboard in, it automatically rotates the phone into this sideways menu mode where you can still use the cube system, but in landscape orientation. And then it's got this extra shortcut menu system, which is pretty cool. So, you know, again, just a few little kind of funny decisions that make me a little hesitant on the Versa. Love the idea of it, love the software, not quite sure why they went with the 2.5mm headphone jack and the smaller screen size, you know, as compared to the Dare, even though officially it's not a Dare successor. All right, so in the end, you know, it kind of comes down to what you're really interested in. If you're a big texter and you don't mind the added bulk of the QWERTY board on the Versa, then the Versa is definitely for you. The software is terrific. I had a little bit of an issue with the touchscreen using the web browser, clicking links and kind of fine motor skill, fine tuning kinds of things, clicking on little tiny little links and buttons. Otherwise, it worked fine. The new UI is fantastic. I really like it. I like, you know, the cube thing is kind of cute, but the smart menu system I think is great. And in general, it's snappy, it works well. Really enjoyed using this phone. But if you're like me, actually, and you like to listen to music on your phone, and you know, you can kind of get around, like, well, the touchscreen keyboard might not be the best, but it's workable, the Dare might actually be your choice. And that's why, actually, for me, the Dare is the winner of this dogfight. It's got a 3.5mm headphone jack, which if you follow my videos, you know, for me, for better or for worse, I'm really into that. I like plugging my own headphones into it, and it works great as a music player if you put good quality headphones into it. It's got a better camera, 3.2 megapixel. It's not really that big of a difference. You know, 3.2 versus 2, they both have flashes, and, you know, unless you're printing a lot of photos, it doesn't really matter. But the Dare has a little bit bigger of a display, little bit, even though the touchscreen, I think the technology might be better on the Versa, the Dare is a little bit easier to get around on just because it's physically larger. And then you've got the slightly better camera, and the 3.2 megapixel camera. So I would go, I mean, the 3.5mm headphone. I got basketball in the brain. That's what I'm saying. Go Binghamton, beat Duke. So, you know, I would go for the Dare just because I like being able to pop my headphones right in. But honestly, they're both solid phones, and the software on Versa, again, I really like it. I would love to see this software on some new phones from LG and Verizon. We heard rumors recently. There was we posted this on our site. We got it from Engadget Mobile. The LG VX 11000 just passed the FCC. You might be thinking, well, who cares? You might care because the Voyager is the LG 10000, the VX 10000. So the VX 11000 might be the Voyager 2. At any rate, you know, it's 1,000 more than 10,000. It might be the new flagship LG Verizon VCAS phone. So look for that coming soon. Hopefully they'll use this same menu technology that's on the Versa because I really like it. Anyway, there you go. They're both solid. It's a very subjective thing. For me, I'm going Dare. You might go Versa. I don't think you can go wrong with either if you're on Verizon and you want a slim touchscreen phone. And that's all I got to say. Back to basketball. I'm Noah from PhoneDog.com. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be at CTIA in Las Vegas starting April 31st. All the new phones. And you can play right now the One Pod Bandit on Facebook, our Facebook page. Go to Facebook, look for PhoneDog. You can become my friend. I'm easy. Noah Kravitz. Go to Facebook, follow me on Twitter, PhoneDogNoah, and you can go to PhoneDog.com and play for One Pod Bandit also for your chance to win an iPod Touch or a cell phone. I think I'm out of breath. I'm going to go. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.